Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Hit the subscribe button if you want to hear more stories. You can hit it after or now. You can like now or you can dislike. I don't care, it's up to you. First of all, I want to talk about, I have a new couch and I love it. And so, because I used to have a futon, which we still have it, but it was like you can fold it up and stuff. And now I can just like have a nice comfy corner to do my videos in. So yeah, tell me if you like this setup. I kind of like it. Anyways, today's video is a story time about when I saw an apparition of my living grandmother who is alive today. So yeah, let's get into the story. So the reason I'm telling this story is because I have like Facebook groups, and I'd seen one. It was like on a haunting paranormal thing, and this person was talking about seeing a live person that they knew was alive right beside them, but they were in front of them, and that person had seen themselves. And I don't know, they said that it was like a physical person, but mine was like an apparition. And so that was the only difference, but it reminded me of it, and so I thought I'd go ahead and tell it. This was probably 2012, and funnily enough, me and my sister had seen her. So it wasn't just me, I wasn't like hallucinating or anything. And my grandma lived probably a day away from us, honestly, because she lives in another state. She lives in a couple states away. And sister and I were watching Blair Witch in the middle of the day. It was like 2 p.m., maybe 1, because I remember there was light outside, and it was probably around that time of day. And we were watching Blair Witch, the first one, and I think it was like right around the end of the movie, we had seen her. So the TV was sitting in front of like, here's like the wall and here's the door, and she, in the wall right here was where the TV was, and so the door was closed and she was right behind the door, in between like the corner and the right in front of the door. And she was there for a good, I don't know, 2 minutes, like literally 2 to 3 minutes, honestly. Enough for me to be like, hey, do you see her? And my sister saw her. She said, yeah. And we just froze and we stared at her like we didn't know what to do, because we knew she wasn't really there. Like, we could see through her. And she was just watching us. She didn't say anything. She was just standing there. She blinked a couple of times. She was just standing there. And it was enough time for me to be like, look at her and memorize what she was wearing. She was wearing a green nightgown with like kind of like a collar that comes out, and it was white and then green on the inside. And we just stared at each other for like, my grandma and I think my sister was staring at her. I mean, why wouldn't she have been? But she was just staring at us, and I didn't know how to feel at this moment, because I was like, okay, is my grandma dead? Am I like looking at my grandma right now? Is she dead? And I started like choking up and crying. Actually, I'm choking up and crying right now because it was so scary, and I don't know. Anyways, she was staring at us, and when she disappeared, my sister and I were crying. We started crying and freaking out, and we ran into the other room where my mom was, and we were like, okay, like, we just saw grandma in the bedroom. Like, she was in the corner, like both of us seeing her. It wasn't just one of us going crazy. And she was like, okay, let me call them. She tried to call them a few times and they didn't answer. And then finally her husband picked up, and my mom was like, is she okay? She didn't say what was going on or what we seen, but she was like, is she okay? And he was like, yeah, she just got into a car wreck about 30 minutes ago. She broke, I think it knocked her unconscious, and she broke her arm and her leg. And pretty much totaled her car. And yeah. Yeah, we seen my grandma right after she had had a wreck, or right before, I don't know the time range that they actually called her back, but yeah. So yeah, if you guys have had any stories somewhere where you had seen a person who you knew was alive in front of you, like if they were beside you, or if you knew they were alive and then you seen like an apparition of them or a doppelganger of them, let me know down in the comments. Tell me what you think this was, because it was, I don't know, maybe it was just like a warning. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching this story time. Please like, and if you want to comment. If you don't want to like it, you can just dislike it. I don't care. And subscribe if you would like to see more story times, paranormal content, kind of crafty content, and plant content. Yeah, just make sure you subscribe and hit the little red button down below. Yeah, bye.